Welcome back to Coach Ginn's Court inside Ginn's Gym here in Hill City, South Dakota for game number 4, our fourth and final game, the boys varsity matchup between the 0-1 Hot Springs Bison and the 2-1 Hill City Rangers. Once again, coming to you from the North Pole tonight are the two guys calling tonight's play-by-play action, Blake Gardner and Rich Canupi.
Man, there's a lot of snow on the screen. It is a blizzard here, Rich.
Jolliest bunch of guys you know.
Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We hope to have a fantastic game. There's just a ton of energy. I'm so excited for this game. Hot Springs, the defending state football champs. They have got a great group of athletes. Hill City's really trending upwards with their boys basketball program. Should be a fantastic game tonight.
I think we're at the, like you said, Hill City's been trending upwards, right? We've been slowly building blocks, but now we've got guys that have been playing as freshmen and sophomores that maybe, games get tough. They start saying, put their head down. It's like, okay, now we see. You're a junior now. We've got 3 or 4 juniors that have been playing a lot. This is a big game. These guys they're gonna be physical. We know that, and it's all about how they're going to respond. And so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, if this is your first time joining us, my name's Blake Gardner. This is my partner, Rich Canupi, over here. Landon Wiley from Wiley & Associates is going to have some graphics that will rock your world here today.
Just be sitting all the way back because we don't want you blown off your chair here.
We'll start off here with the Hot Springs Bison recap of last season. They returned the bulk of their team from a squad that went 16-4. They got really hot at the end of the year. I don't think a lot of people thought they would beat Rapid City Christian. Then they beat Winter at a neutral site game in the Sodak 16. And then, they beat Mount Vernon Plankington to capture a victory at the state tournament. They had a really good season, and they're going to be darn good this year.
Yeah, just watching them warm up down here, it looks like they're going to be fairly deep out there. They definitely got kids at every level of it.
Coach Notaboom enters his 12th season, which is almost hard for me to believe that he's been around that long. He's done a fantastic job. You can see he's been to the state tournament twice in his 12 years, and certainly think that they can get back again this year. The Region 8 is tough with Christian, Tommy Moore, Custer, Hill City, and Hot Springs is certainly in the mix or at the top of that class there. So
I'd say, top to bottom, as far back as I can remember, it's just competitive all the way around there. It'll make for a lot of good, fun basketball this year.
Yeah, Hot Springs starts 1-0 this year. They beat Alliance at Alliance. And
that was actually at Hot Springs.
All right, my first correction of
hang in there, guys. We'll have lots of these.
This would be maybe a good time to remind people they can hit the mute button.
Yep.
Feel free, go for that. Let's see, Klein Sasser led the way for Hot Springs. Janice, I'm excited to watch the matchup with Janice and Eric Jorgensen for the Rangers. And then Close and Bueller. It's going to be a really, really fun matchup to see how those two players really lead each of their teams respectively.
Boy, Janice shooting 90%. That's pretty good. I'd take those numbers, I think.
All right, now for the Rangers profile, Coach Laramie Harvey. He's in his 3rd season here. Key players are Devin Bueller, Alex Steckman, Eric Jorgensen, and Everett Sullivan. Hill City's got some depth, though, too. Those are the key players, but we have guys coming off the bench that can really contribute.
Right, yeah, you get Zane Messick coming off the bench, or is he even starting now? I guess I'm not even sure on there, but he brings a lot of energy anytime he plays on there. I just like that, exactly what you're saying, is that when one of those players goes off, it's not like we're leaving someone out there that can't score the bucket on there. And as we talked about in the girls' game, if you can get 5 guys that can score out there, all of a sudden your team gets a lot harder to defend.
A recap here, the Rangers opened the season with Kadoka. Pretty commanding victory. Sullivan led the way, 16 points. Devin 14, Jorgensen 14. But Sullivan in that game, he was a rebounding monster in that game.
And it's the same thing. If you can get one guy doing that, then all of a sudden it sparks everybody else wanting to just hustle for make those hustle plays.
And then the Rangers go down to Red Cloud and they lose by 3. They have a shot at the buzzer that just doesn't go in. We don't have stats from that game, but really a competitive, fun game. Hill City didn't give up. You know, they had an early lead at halftime. I think it was 27-25. And then in the second half, Red Cloud came storming back and took the lead, actually ended up getting up 5 or 6 points. Hill City hung around, and that was a fun game. That was a measuring stick game for the Rangers. They'll want to know where they're at after that game, right? I mean, that was just a real, it was a battle.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you go down to Red Cloud, I don't care who the team is, like that's a tough place to play on there. And if you can hang in there till the end on the last second shot, you got to feel like we're trending in the right direction to win those tougher games.
And then on Thursday night, the Rangers handled New Underwood, held them to 25 points, and just were in control from the opening tip. It was never in doubt. So that brings the Rangers to their 2-1 record. Keys to the game tonight. For Hot Springs Bison, we'll take a minute. This won't be the last time we talk about it, but just championship attitude. They're the 11B state football champs. They were at the state basketball tournament last year. I think there's just a belief that they can win, don't you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't even. I mean, it's not arrogance. It's just, I mean, it's no different than the NFL or the NBA or whatever. Like they're veterans out there. They've been there. There's not going to be many moments that they haven't seen before. They know what they need to do to win.
Yep.
And obviously win at a high level on there. And so it's going to be fun to see. I'm sure they're playing with a lot of confidence right now.
And then defensive disguise was my second thought is, you know, they'll play some man-to-man. They'll play a little bit of a 1-3-1 zone. Coach Notaboom's always got some tricks up his sleeve, so expect that. For the Rangers, pretty simple. Rebound the ball and rebound from a loss. And so they'll want to make sure that Hot Springs is a physical, scrappy team, and winner's going to have to
Oh, boy.
I said winner because they remind me of a winner, right?
Freudian slip here.
Like
okay.
they're like Winter High School. They're a football program, strong kids, things like that. So that's keys to the game for the Rangers.
I think you really hit it on the head there. They're going to be physical, and we know that. They've got a lot of those football players on this team, and how our guys handle that and understanding that it's coming and just knowing it's going to be part of the game is going to be very key for our success.
All right, few seconds until tip-off here. Landon's going to throw one more graphic up. Maybe not.
No, but I did see on the comments the Dias say, good luck from New York City.
Yeah, Josh Dias is usually one of the announcers here at this amazing production that we do, and Josh is in New York City. Grace Dias is doing some dance there, so Leo is also there. Leo is, he helps Rich and I coach the uber competitive second and third grade boys basketball team here in Hill City.
We're going to get Landon start filming those games
yeah.
on there.
Well, what we'll do here now is we're going to kick it over to our PA announcer, Greg Schrader. He's one of the best in the business, and he's going to bring the energy. So take it away, Greg.
Good evening and welcome to Gens Gym for tonight's boys basketball matchup between the Hot Springs Bison and your Hill City Rangers. We would like to give a big thank you to tonight's game ball sponsor, Kroll's Market.
Right now? Okay. We are pleased to welcome you to Hill City High School at the Gens Gym. This contest is being conducted under the guidance and regulation of South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. Good sportsmanship is essential for the success of these programs. Our athletes recognize that judgment calls are made in good faith and that they must abide by the decisions of the officials. Student and parent spectators can support their high school programs by refraining from derogatory or out-of-line remarks or cheers. We hope you will enjoy the game and support your athletes in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. Thank you.
And now for tonight's starting lineups. Starting with the Hot Springs Bison. A 5'10" senior, number 2, Braden Peterson. A 6-foot senior, number 5, Matt Close. A 6'1" senior, number 10, Modes Kerr. A 6'2" senior, number 13, Josh Kleinsasser. And a 6'4" junior, number 34, Aiden Janice. The Bison are coached by Aaron Notaboom, assisted by Lindell Janice and Max Jerza. And now, the starting lineup for your Hill City Rangers! A 5'11" junior from South Rockerville, number 1, Everett Sullivan! A 5'11" junior from West Three Forks, number 2, Devin Bueller! A 5'7" sophomore from East Three Forks, number 3, Zane Messing! A 6-foot junior from West Keystone, number 11, Alex Steckman! And a 6'9" senior from Kennedyville, number 15, Eric Jorgensen! The Rangers are coached by Laramie Harvey, assisted by Scott Ferguson and Danielle Lind. Let's play ball, Rangers!
All right, here we are live from Coach Ginn's court in Hill City, South Dakota, as the Hot Springs Bison going to take on the Hill City Rangers in a game that I know I've had circled on my calendar since the schedule came out. This is a really good measuring block for both teams. Jorgensen and Janice to jump. Jorgensen wins the tip over to Steckman. Pass is deflected out of bounds, so the Rangers will keep the ball underneath the hoop. So Bueller takes the ball out. The Rangers start here in a box set. Looks like man-to-man defense for
Get that
Hot
going.
Springs, and Steckman's shot on the way is good, and that's really one of the keys right there, is to get Alex Steckman going tonight.
Boy, when he gets going, he is tough to stop. Not only on threes, he's obviously a tremendous three-point shooter, but he's gotten so good around the hoop.
Oh,
and so
dribble
much
handoff there, aggressive take, and a kick is on the way. And
well,
he
this is how we
answers it.
wanted this one to start out.
Fantastic start. Kerr with a 3, and good tempo, good pace for both teams here. The ball moves around the perimeter. Jorgensen takes a look, guarded by Janice, dribbles into traffic. Steckman, a deep 3, and it's going to bank.
Oh,
It's
wow.
going to bank in. I knew when that left his hand, it was a little deep, and 6 points now for Steckman. 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
The city's going to have to be a little careful getting back here. There's that hustle play we were talking about with Everett. But Janice was wide open running down there.
A nice shot by Close, just dribbled right to the free throw line, hit the jumper, 6-5. Rangers with the lead. Messick taking a look. Jorgensen calling for the ball, guarded by Janice. Janice just a strong kid. Jorgensen fadeaway jumper, no good. And rebound there by Kerr. Hands it off to Close. Gonna dribble handoff. Look how far out they start their offense, Rich. It's just because they're so quick and athletic that they think that the geometry helps them. They can create some space. And what a shot by Janice there. Kleinsasser. And that gives Hot Springs their first lead of the game, 7-6. And it'll be interesting to see how many lead changes we have throughout the course of this game. So Close and Bueller going at each other. Nice pass there, no good. Sullivan keeps it alive, and all right, Bison have the ball. Close finds Kleinsasser blocked. Janice Jorgensen, 2 big defensive plays there for the Rangers. Messick attacks the hoop, and he's going to be undercut. And that will be a foul on number 5, and that is close. One thing we talked about in the girls' game, so if you're just tuning in, there's almost 100 viewers. I'm sorry, feel free to hit the mute button. Stay tuned for some great graphics, but the rules changed this year where fouls reset each quarter, so we get to 5 fouls and you shoot 2 free throws. The 1-and-1, as we know it, is no longer a thing. It's dead. So Jorgensen in the paint, kicked out to Sullivan.
And in a physical game like this, I assume we're going to see that be more of a factor in this second game here.
So 19 on the shot clock, 5:29 here in the first quarter, and a really good tempo game. Bueller gets the ball out top, 15 on the clock. Coach Harvey calls out a set play here, and Bueller just blows by close for a layup.
He's got a quick first step.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that, Rich.
He's able to create separation on that first step so much there. And Matt Close is certainly no slouch on there. I think he kind of caught him sleeping on it.
So here's that horn set. We're going to see a lot of that. It's a double high screen. So Close kicks it out to the corner. Peterson turns the corner, kicks out to Kerr. Shot no good. The Rangers trying to decide if they want to run or not. Bueller's going to just get them into the half court and get them set. Man-to-man defense here for Hot Springs early on. And Messick looked like he wanted to cut, but he didn't quite go
for it
as hard as he maybe could have. So one thing we talked about in the pregame, I expect Hot Springs to throw a little 2-3 zone. I expect a 1-3-1. I expect a variety of defenses.
So far on offense with Hill City, it has been more one-on-one. It seems like they're setting up as opposed to real set plays on there.
So halfway through the first quarter, we've had 3 different lead changes already in a game that we anticipate is going to be a fun and exciting game. Great crowd here on hand, ton of energy in the gymnasium for an early Black Hills Conference battle here. Close.
He says, I'll get you back there.
And we talked about a quick step on the other end, and Close has a quick step there. That's 4 points now for Close, and there's another lead change, so we're at 4. Nice give and go.
Oh, wow, what a finish.
No.
That's a tough, jumping off the right leg. Little English there on the
good read by Sullivan. He just a little give and go action. Bueller got in the air, finished with the left hand, and high screen and roll. Kick out to Peterson, and it is good. So Peterson gets on the board, and 10-12 right now.
Just simple dribble drives there, and they're leaving those corners open.
Bueller misses a straight-on shot here, and Kerr brings the ball up the court.
Offensive, they're going to call it.
Excuse me, that was Kleinsasser. And that's foul number 1 on Kleinsasser, 2 for the Bison. Neither team has went to the bench yet. 3:32 here in the first quarter. Set play for the Rangers, a little UCLA screen. Tried to get Jorgensen isolated on the weak side, guarded by Janice. Jorgensen fade away, and Janice gets called for the foul. So Jorgensen, tough shot, and he gets on the board. So Janice picks up his first personal, 3rd team foul for the Bison. Jorgensen trying to give the Rangers the lead again, and he does. And so with that, 7 lead changes here, Rich, in 5 minutes. So back and forth basketball, a ton of fun. Close and Bueller, it's a matchup that Coach Notaboom said watch that matchup, because whoever wins that could have a chance to win the game. So Peterson guarded by Messick up top. Bison just trying to move the ball back and forth before they get Janice in a screen and roll. Shot on the way is no good. Man, they've had some good looks from the
wide
deep
open
corner.
threes in the corner.
Jorgensen, 3 on the way is no good. What a rebound by Sullivan. And
got him.
Rich, you talked about Sullivan playing bigger than he is, right?
And obviously got that rebound there, but he's had 2 or 3 where he's had an effect on the ball already tonight on there. And he's just taking that as his role on there, that he's going to get those harder rebounds.
So reach and foul on Sullivan at the other end, and that's the deal when you're playing pretty aggressive, scrappy defense. You just want to play defense with your feet. Don't reach. So 15-12, Rangers lead the Bison here in a shootout. So close inbounds to Janice. Nice read by Bueller.
Bueller wanted to send it.
Yep, steal, and he's going to start the offense here. So Steckman takes a look. Gets to that pro post or that attack zone and nothing there, so he just goes back out. Nice little inside-out ball move, and the shot is good. So good move there by Steckman, kind of shook the defender.
Little shimmy there.
What a move there by Kleinsasser, the blow-by, and he caught Sullivan reaching a little and just had a quick first step, got to the free throw line. That's the second time tonight he's hit that shot.
I'd like to know your guess on percentage of shooting right now. What percentage both teams are? Jeez Louise.
Well, if Landon had a little money in the budget for a stat guy instead of me, we'd probably know, but.
Robots.
Yeah.
So minute 32 left here. What a fun first quarter. This is everything I hoped it would be. 18-14, the Rangers on top. Messick gets the ball on the other side of the timeline, comes across half court, gets the Rangers in their offense.
Now you got Eric down there.
So Hot Springs feels confident that they can guard Jorgensen one-on-one with Janice. So they're not going to help much. Jorgensen's shot on the way is no good. Big rebound there by Peterson. He goes and grabs that thing. And here come the Bison looking to cut it to a one-possession game. Close is just quick, isn't he? Iverson has entered the game. Handoff to Peterson. And I tell you what, Peterson's had 2 or 3 good looks. He's a good shooter. If I'm the Rangers, I want to fix that problem pretty quick.
Great cut.
Good cut, good pass, and that's Messick gets on the board with 2 points. And
I'm wondering on defense with Hill City here when they're doing these screens, it doesn't seem like they're showing very good, and that's why that offensive person's able to get to the hoop and get the ball to a three-pointer.
Yeah, another open look by the Bison. Iverson makes them pay that time, and you're 100% right, Rich, that Hill City's helping so much on the screen and roll. They're giving up open looks in the corner. So Close is closely guarding Bueller.
See what you did there.
Bueller shakes Close, pretty nifty footwork, shot on the way, and it's good. So Bueller with 7 points here early in the Rangers 2-1, and that's a way to end the first quarter, 23-17. Hill City on top of Hot Springs in a fun start to this game.
Well, yeah, that's how you draw it up. That's the excitement we're wanting. Certainly both crowds are into it here. Great finish for the quarter for Hill City. Obviously, I don't think you could shoot much better than that. How many threes have we got? 4, 5?
4 threes for the Rangers, 9 points for Steckman, who's 3 for 4 at the three-point line. Hey, if you're new to the broadcast, how about this? It's snowing hard here at the North Pole.
It's Christmas time. I don't know if you guys followed along with that, but we are definitely in the full Christmas garb. Shout out to Landon with Wiley and Associates putting this whole thing together. He's done a lot of work on it, and we sure appreciate it.
But so the Rangers have shot it extremely well from the outside, and they've kind of got lucky that Hot Springs has missed some pretty open threes. That's maybe the difference in the game. You know, we're 23-17 here.
Yeah.
Hot Springs, very good balance right now. Kleinsasser 3, Kleinsasser 4, Close 4, Peterson 3, Iverson 3, and Kerr 3. For the Rangers, Steckman with 9, Bueller with 7, and then Sullivan 2, Messick 2.
Yeah, I feel like Hill City's made some really tough
3.
shots, but overall, like I like Hot Springs. I feel like is getting better shots. You know, getting to the hoops on there, getting wide open layups on there. That being said, Hill City's made some good cuts to get easy layups too.
Yeah, so here we are back Live action from Coach Ginn's court in Hill City, South Dakota. Great energy here tonight. Skip pass to Iverson, who had a 3 earlier. Close, comes off a screen. Nice little set play, guarded close by Messick. And
he got him.
I tell you what, this won't be the last time we say it tonight, but Messick is so scrappy. Anytime there is a play that is needing to be made, he's the guy that's going to do that.
Yeah, he's instant energy out there for sure.
So that's Messick's first.
Oh, man.
So turnover goes over to the Rangers.
They had a good out-of-bounds play. I missed some of it, but he was open. The guy didn't even see the ball coming there.
All right. Rangers going to bring the ball across half court. Looks like a set play maybe in store here for the Rangers as they get to their spots.
Going to a zone here now? Yep.
Yeah, this is that 3-2 zone. Shot on the way is no good. And, you know, that's the one thing, Rich, if you're a Ranger fan, you want to watch. When they go to zone, well, Hill City needs to keep moving without the ball, and they need to attack the boards. And sometimes the zone makes you just stand around a little bit.
Well, and that's sometimes the problem of hitting. Ooh, that's a good finish there.
Good finish there by Janice. That play was created by Kleinsasser, who got dribble penetration to the rim, and then the easy dish off for Janice, who gets his first bucket tonight, and a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play.
Finishing up there, though, I mean, that's what happens when teams start falling in love with a three-pointer on there. Is they change their defense, and we take a three-pointer from 3 feet beyond there, and it's like, okay, I think we could probably work it around and get a better shot than that.
So Wilkinson going to check in for Sullivan, who checks out. He has two fouls here, and the refs sent the ball to Janice and then said, hey, I need that ball back. So they kind of iced the kicker a little bit. Janice shot on the way is good, doesn't ice him. And so Janice 3 points, and it makes it a 3-point game, 23-20, Rangers on top. They stick with that 3-2 zone, it looks like, where they really put a lot of focus.
Well, I thought if Janice was going to go out there and on the 3, you got Eric wide open down there.
Yeah, so 3-2 zone, your vulnerabilities here, high post, so they're really going to pinch the high post. If you're watching at home, you can see that. So the Rangers want to attack over the top. They want to get to the short corner or the deep corner. With a guy like Alex Steckman, I'd expect an open 3 at some point here. They go back to man-to-man on the out-of-bounds. Tough shot by Jorgensen.
That is a tough shot.
So 5 points now for big Eric Jorgensen, the senior for the Hill City Rangers. Tough shot, well guarded by
He's got it going.
Steckman. Kleinsasser shot no good. I really like Kleinsasser's game, Rich. He can get a shot anytime he wants.
Yep, and they're good, solid shots.
He's been really good about getting into the paint and then creating for others. So foul there on. Did they report that one?
No, Kerr just checked back in there.
Looks like maybe they called a foul on Peterson for the Bison. All right, Hot Springs man-to-man here. Jorgensen in the corner, guarded by Janice. Good fun matchup to watch here. Turnover, possibly. Good play by Steckman.
Now attack him here.
3-on-2 drill. Wilkinson, corner 3 is no good. He had a couple big threes against Red Cloud the other night, so he's feeling it. Kleinsasser over to close to Peterson. Dribbled in, saw Jorgensen and thought, I'm going to pull the ball out here. Kleinsasser attacking Jorgensen.
They better get some help down there yet.
So close, top of the key is no good, but I tell you what, Peterson just physical, goes and gets that thing. Janice to the rim, what a finish with the left hand, and there's that physicality, Rich, we talked about, you know, championship pedigree for Hot Springs, and they were really physical there.
I don't know if you want to just look at the end of that play there, but I saw Eric standing on the block on one side, Alex Steckman slowly getting up there, and it's like you can't do that against these guys because they are absolutely going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So 25-22, Rangers still lead by 3. But Hot Springs looks like they figured some things out maybe a little bit.
I think they feel very good going off these screen and rolls and just getting to the hoop. They're able to get any shot they want, basically. On there.
Yeah, And, Hill City's doing a nice job at on the offensive end, too, keeping the ball moving. That's one thing I like about this team. It just seems to move. Nobody's really selfish. Doesn't matter who's getting the shot. I mean, we saw Zane Messick with a backdoor cut and a reverse layup.
Right.
So, just again, such a fun game here.
We're just going to geek out here the entire time.
This is amazing. So, we're back to action here in Hill City.
I do think Hill City needed a breather there. We haven't really subbed that much, aside from Wilkinson coming in here.
All right, Bueller brings the ball up the court. 5:25 here, and it's a zone defense. So this is that same 3-2, but they disguise it by having close start at the high post. And that's what makes it hard is he's guarding the high post, and he also has to guard the deep three, and Messick makes him pay. And that gives Messick 5 points and stretches the Hill City lead to 6 here with 5 minutes until halftime. So Janice, top of the key. A diagonal screen, those are always hard to guard. Close set that for Kleinsasser. And Close is just going to reset the offense here, guarded by Bueller. Nice deep post by Janice. Jorgensen so long, but
he's got some mass to him down there. He's able to move him out of there.
His body very, very well. Good finish on the left side.
Well, he kind of was just patient on that one too. Just you can go up and try and block it. Got him on the other side.
There's a skip pass. Ball moves. Messick, no good.
So nice, they tried it twice.
Sullivan, and that's good. So Sullivan hits a 3 and joins the party. 5 points for Sullivan, 7-point lead for the Rangers. Kleinsasser gets to the middle of the paint anytime he wants. Absolutely anytime. So Kleinsasser gets him 6 points here tonight.
Just looked effortlessly too, like, yeah, I'll just do this little floater deal.
So Close guarding Bueller. Might have been a little push off, and the referee thought the same thing, and so that'll be a turnover. Go over to Hot Springs, a 5-point lead for the Rangers. I want to give a shout out to Levi Klipstein watching from Hot Springs.
Also part of the coaching tree down there, right?
Absolutely. Here's that Horns look here where they run off that. Janice rolls to the hoop. Kleinsasser stays high. Peterson dribble drive. Kicks it out Close. Kerr around to Kleinsasser, so gathers with 12 on the shot clock. Again, Kleinsasser, there's no answer for him. He just gets into the paint. There's also no answer for that when you're
6'7" host too.
Big block there for Eric Jorgensen. That's his 3rd block of the night for the Rangers. They'll go 4 flat here with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Kind of a tough spot to inbound from the deep corner.
Oh man, they have to.
6-5. Ball's going to stay here, but there's 3 on the clock, so you're going to want something probably going back towards the rim here. This is where Hill City's really got to talk on these screens and communicate.
Well, that and not pick up a cheap foul here. No.
So Kleinsasser, that's exactly what I would have done if I was Coach Notaboom. Get Kleinsasser the ball and let him go to work. 8 points for Kleinsasser. He's having a heck of a night. Messick drives. He's going to draw a foul and get to the free throw line. So that's going to be a foul on Peterson, it looks like. And that'll be 2 on Peterson here. 3-point lead for the Rangers. Tell you what, the other end of the floor, though, Kleinsasser just getting anything he wants, getting to the rim. Messick misses the first.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what Laramie decides, Coach Harvey decides to do differently on guarding him there, because they've switched a couple different people guarding him yet, but I'm not sure what the right answer is.
Second one on the way here for Messick, and it's good. So that gives the Rangers a 4-point lead. And that is 6 points already here from Messick.
Well, what I like about that is again, okay, we're showing some depth on the offense there. And it might not have been the prettiest shot, but it's making them pay attention to it every time.
That's going to be 3 on Sullivan.
That's the cheap foul I didn't want.
And he's in a tough position because Kleinsasser had kind of, gotten into the middle of the
Yep.
floor a couple times, so I'm sure he's thinking, just don't let him get the ball, and he can't beat me off the dribble.
Right.
So Peterson checks out of the game. Iverson checks back in for the Bison. Nice out of bounds play. Kind of a lack of communication between Steckman and Jorgensen there. And
Who else?
Kleinsasser having a heck of a night for the Bison. So Kleinsasser, 10 points already here for Hot Springs. And that's going to be a foul on Ian Jorgensen, brother. Eric and Ian are brothers, twin brothers.
We are double bonus for the rest of the quarter here now, too.
So Kleinsasser knocks that one in.
We're trying to do a trap.
Yeah, a little 1-2-2, three-quarter court trap here, just trying to catch the Rangers off balance. And Hill City handles it, but there's 15 seconds run off the clock. Steckman a little deep. Rebound by Kerr. And momentum now for Hot Springs. So Iverson enters the ball for the Hot Springs Bison. It was tipped here, so Kleinsasser now being guarded by Steckman. This will be a fun matchup to watch. Two really gifted offensive players. Here's that 4 cross, kind of a zoomy motion here where one guy goes over the top, one goes below, and then you have a diagonal to the block. High-low action. Janice can't find Kleinsasser. Close kicks to Kerr. Shot on the way at the buzzer. No good. Messick rebounds. And hey, if you're the Rangers, this is a really big possession here. Under 2.5.
Well,
You
just
need a bucket.
understand that we can get to the hoop, too. We need to not just fall in love with a three-pointer.
Yep, so ball's kicked out to Bueller, who gets a little switch. So guarded by Kleinsasser. Bueller trying to put Kleinsasser on skates and gets to the rim, but can't get the bucket to fall. Close throws it ahead to Iverson. To Janice. So ball goes off of Janice, and it'll turn over to the Hill City Rangers. So 1-2-2 press
Boy,
here,
I
and
feel
this
like
is
they
where
can
you
just
want.
really attack this here.
Yeah, go with a 2-guard set. Now move the ball up.
Swing it up here.
But Hot Springs hustles, they get back. And so Hill City handles it, but like we said,
So if you see Alex in the deep corner there, if he would just come down that short corner, he could have a layup on the backside of that.
ahead to Kleinsasser, who gets the bucket and draws the foul. Bueller is going to pick up foul number 1 for Devin, and a lot of momentum here for Hot Springs with a chance to, well, they did take the lead. That is lead change number 8 in the game.
Did they call that one on Bueller?
Yeah, and that looks like that's actually foul number 2 on Devin. So Kleinsasser having a hot hand here in the first half, and shot on the way. A rare miss for Kleinsasser. Rangers looked like they wanted to run a sideline break. Somebody wasn't where they were supposed to be, so they're trying to buy some minutes here. Sullivan on the bench. Eric Jorgensen taking a breather also. 20-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Messick gets to the pro post or the elbow there.
That's good hustle play.
Yeah, Ian Jorgensen gets the credit there. I mean, that's 2 points for Bueller, but Ian kept that play alive. Good job by Ian. 34-33, another lead change, make it 9 tonight. Janice comes up, creates a little interference here.
I'm liking that Alex is starting to, Steckman's starting to deny Kleinsasser the ball there a little bit.
And Janice with a good play. The referee and Kerr got tangled up down here, but Janice, just a man amongst boys there, goes and grabs the offensive rebound. Get a chance at 2 free throws. That's going to be the second foul on Ian Jorgensen. Shot on the way is good. So Janice, great touch for a big, strong kid like that, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's impressed me out there. He's really held his own and he's got himself in position so many different times there just to make the easy buckets.
Yeah, 8 points all here in the second quarter for Janice. And 3 for 3 at the free throw line, lead change number 10. So shot on the way, and that's
Oh!
I mean, I would expect nothing else, right?
Lead change 11.
That's how I'd expect this half to end. Messick with a 3. Looks like it's going to count no matter what. Got it off with the full second before.
So there's been a fun game. Obviously, we can talk about that. I think the momentum was clearly going in Hot Springs' favor there. You know, Hill City's obviously making their shots on there. I certainly hope they're addressing what the problems they're having on defense, you know, in the locker room there, and not just being all jazzed up about that half-court shot, which obviously that's a great shot. But they got to fix some things on defense there.
Yeah, and give credit, though, to Hot Springs. Hot Springs spaces the floor really
time,
well,
yep.
And they move with a purpose. I mean, the screen and roll action that they have, the diagonal actions that they have, Hot Springs, they're a good team. This has been a really fun game.
Well, and I was going to say it on our last possession for the half-court shot on there. You can see the physicality of Hot Springs starting to wear on some of our Hill City guys there a little bit. So it's good timing, half-court timing on there. Let's regroup a little bit. Just understand that, yes, that's only going to continue to get more and more on there and be a factor.
Yeah, specifically Janice, such a big, strong kid. Janice has 9 points here tonight. All of them came in the second quarter. Kleinsasser has done everything.
Yeah.
He has been so good at getting to the middle of the floor. And
everywhere. On the set plays, he's doing good. On his fast breaks, he's doing good. On his three-pointers, he's had a few of them.
Yeah, Kleinsasser, 13 points. Other Bison that have chipped in is Close, has 4 points. It's been fun watching him and Bueller, two really just similar players. It's a lot of fun. And then Peterson, Iverson, and Kerr each have 3 points for the Bison. So if you're Coach Notaboom, what are you telling your team at halftime?
I feel really good if I'm them. I mean, I feel like they are in a really good position to take control of the game, you know, quite frankly, on there. I'm more concerned on the Hill City side of, like, let's not fall in love with the big, showy fadeaway three, fadeaway shot on there. Like, let's move the ball and get good open shots, because Hot Springs is getting really good open shots.
Right. On the Hill City side, 3 players with 9 points, so pretty good balance there. Bueller with 9, Messick with 9, Steckman with 9. I feel like Messick giving you 9 there in the first half is like, it's the bonus, right?
Yep.
5 for Jorgensen and 5 for Sullivan. So 5 guys in the scoring column, all 5 starters. Not much off the bench for the Rangers. And so you alluded to that Hot Springs is a physical team, and they're going to wear the Rangers down. So those bench guys are going to have to come in and make an impact.
Yeah, I was surprised we didn't see more of that, but really there wasn't very much rotation on there. The other thing defensively for Hill City, and I didn't really notice them doing it until those last couple of possessions there, but they did start denying Kleinsasser the ball there. And I think that's just, it's one more thing to make it a little bit harder for them, because clearly they're going to ride that train as long as they can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now having a guy that can do it is a whole other problem there too.
So Kleinsasser's really been the story of this game.
Are we certain it's Kleinsasser or Kleinsasser? Do we know that?
I don't.
Coach
Kramer, Levi, send us a text, let us know. But what a fun game here. We're going to step away for about 2-3 minutes, and we'll be back. Don't go anywhere, and we'll see you here in a couple minutes. All right, we are 5 minutes to tipping off in the second half here. Just going to go around the horn and give some scores. White River defeated Lakota Tech today, 62-54 at the Lakota Nation Invitational. Wall beat Todd County 57-43. Winner all over Sully Buttes. Baby brother Brett Gardner leading the Winter Warriors to a big victory over the Sully Buttes Chargers. Marty beat Little Wound at the LNI 68-74. The state line shootouts going on, and Sundance, Wyoming beat Lee Deadwood 61-52. Of note in the class, Sioux Falls Christian, the number 1 team in Class A, defeated the number 4 AA team, Sioux Falls O'Gorman, 58-39. Belle-Fourche also in the state line shootout. They defeated Newcastle by 20, 63-43. Southeast corner of the state, Vermilion, 20-point victory over Beersford. Vermilion, coached by my buddy Jay Drake down there, doing a good job with the Vermilion Tanagers. St. Thomas More hung on to beat Scottsbluff 36-34 in just a classic Dave Hollenbeck game. They are the Cardiac Kids. They've won some games really, really close this year. And as they continue to get confidence, that's going to be they're going to be a team to reckon with. Kind of a score to pay attention to. Custer, 60-30 over the Red Cloud Crusaders. So they thumped Red Cloud. So Custer going to have a season here, it looks like. And then the game to watch later tonight, Rhapsody Christian and Pine Ridge in the championship game.
Boy, that will be a fun game to be at.
So on the screen here, we have the current Class A standings for basketball. Sioux Falls Christian, Rich, they're really in a class of their own right now. I feel like it's Sioux Falls Christian, and then you could put any of these other teams up there. But Sioux Falls Christian's really, really, they're going to be tough to beat this year. Del Rapids did lose earlier this week, right, Lando?
Last night to T-Area, actually.
Yep, you see locally St. Thomas More receiving votes, Rhapsody Christian, Hot Springs, and Pine Ridge as West River schools that are receiving votes here.
I think we're, like we talked about earlier, it's we're going to have a competitive region out here. There's no doubt about that.
And here is the pathway to the LNI. You see Rhapsody Christian, the number 1 seed, versus Pine Ridge tonight. So the bracketologist got it right. Chalk 1 versus 2 for the championship game.
3 versus 4 for the semifinals too, huh?
But there was a lot of good basketball played this weekend at the LNI. Every year it's one of the premier events. It's a cultural experience, and it's good basketball for sure. And so
I doubt they're going to match our game tonight, though. We got, 12 lead changes now?
That's right. That's 100% right.
Hope we keep that second half going here.
Well, second half, what do you expect for both teams? Just a quick hitter for each team, one thing that they can do.
I expect I'm going to go on the defense on Klein Saucer. They got to change something on that, and then hopefully that'll change the rest of the looks that Hot Springs is able to get out there. But so far, everything's been predicating off that. Hot Springs, I feel like I'm stroking their ego more than anything, but I think they're really in a good position right now where they're able to kind of control the physicality. They're able to control the good shots. They're getting good, not necessarily so many three-pointers like we are taking on there. So I do hope that Laramie has put an emphasis on getting the buckets inside a little bit more.
Yeah, one of the keys to the game was definitely that championship attitude that I think Hot Springs they're not panicked at all. They're down 2, and they probably were saying, hey, we took their best punch.
That's what I was ready.
And so I think if you're Hot Springs, that's maybe their attitude in the second half, and I think if you're Hill City,
this is where we want to see Hill City take that next step.
Absolutely.
Of saying, yes, we're mature enough to know that we hit maybe some lucky shots there in the first half, but we also know we're going to be in a battle for the second half on here.
Yeah. So the second half kicks off here in 25 seconds from the North Pole.
Also got a text from Roscoe Norton saying, boy, he loves our outfits.
All right.
We actually might give him some of this swag.
I didn't know you were going to wear this. I'm so embarrassed.
I didn't either until I got up here.
So,
who else we got on here? Jared Karski from down in Florida, and Bridget Mueller, Grandma Barb, and Aunt Bridget.
And thanks to Levi for this whole Sasser-Saucer debacle. It is Saucer.
Yeah, I felt
Klein
like the
Saucer.
whole first half you were saying it wrong, but I thought you'd kind of get it.
All right, here's that set play for the Rangers.
That's not what they wanted to do.
Quick hands by Peterson going the other way. And a couple misses on goal by Hot Springs, and then they're going to say that the ball was tipped off of Hot Springs. You can maybe pick up the crowd noise. The Hot Springs faithful aren't very happy with that call, but
yeah, that one seemed a little odd. Thought I was going to be able to bring out Pancake Slap for the first time this year.
So Hill City running that same set here, trying to get a backdoor lob for Jorgensen, and he actually had it, but great defense up top on the ball by Kerr. Klein Saucer gambles, which opens up a shot for.
Take everything I said about my quick hitting points. Just no, we're gonna shoot
Sullivan.
threes.
3 for Sullivan. They're 40-35 lead for the Rangers. Janice going to work on Jorgensen. He got Jorgensen in the air and then went into him. I think that's the right.
They called out on Alex.
Yeah, I think that's the right call there. It's going to be a foul. Send Janice, a very good free throw shooter, to the line. And that's going to be foul number 1 on Alex Steckman.
You know what I like about Janice is, like, he's patient down there. I mean, he just kind of rocked his way in there. And then even when he goes to shoot, he lets Jorgensen get up there and try and do his block.
And the announcer jinx comes through as Janice misses his first one. Second on the way is no good. Oh, my biggest pet peeve in all of basketball. Great rebound there by Klein Saucer, but man, the game is rigged to help the team on defense rebound. Good hesitation by Close, can't finish, but Janice is there to clean up the glass. 11 points now for Mr. Janice. Back to that 1-3-1 here, it looks like, as Janice slides up.
Look at
Sullivan
backside
goes
there.
to the hoop, he's got a layup, and Sullivan gets a layup. So that's an example of maybe Hot Springs overextending a little too far. So 5-point lead for the Rangers. Handoff here, Klein Saucer turns the corner, gets back to his right. Good luck when he gets in there as he kicks it out to Close. Shot on the way, no good, but Saucer again.
Offensive rebound has been big here at the start of the second half.
Janice in, they sent double that time. You see Steckman helped and then had to close out. Now they switch, so Steckman is on Janice. Klein Saucer, fadeaway is good. Klein Saucer having a heck of a night. 15 points for him here early in the second half. That pressure giving Hill City a little trouble. I don't like a bounce pass in the open court, Rich.
Certainly not in a trap like that. I mean, I know there's only one guy down there, but you're going back to the middle, right where that guy's at.
Steckman picks up his second foul. Not time to panic yet for him, but you certainly don't want your best shooter getting in foul trouble. He's been quiet. He hit 3 threes in the first quarter and has not scored since that moment. So Close here, guarded by Bueller. Turn the corner by Peterson. Guarded by Sullivan, a high screen by Janice. He rejects it, goes the other way. And another block by Jorgensen. That's 4 tonight for him. And just something like that, it's just that presence just creates some doubt as you drive.
Every time you're going in there, especially after it happens once or twice. Now let's work it down into the paint.
Yeah, Hill City looks like maybe they need to organize just a tad, kind of out of sync. Just a lot of one-on-one here. Jorgensen's shot on the way is no good. Close with a big rebound, great vision to throw it ahead to Janice. And Jorgensen landed funny, and that's not good if you're a Ranger fan. Eric landed, and he kind of did the splits, and I'm not even going to speculate on what the injury might have been, but great vision there for Close to throw it ahead to Janice. Good finish by Janice. 13 points for him on the game.
He's been leaking out there for, he's been leaking out there for a while there. I knew they were going to get him one of those times running down there.
Yeah, that's just too bad. You hate to see a senior like Eric Jorgensen down on the floor grabbing his leg, and hopefully it's nothing. Maybe it's a little tweak, but so 42-41. We are in for a battle tonight.
It's something else on here.
It's just funny. Those of you watching at home, Rich and I have been just psyched for this game. And so often you get your hopes up for a good game and it doesn't live up to it. And it has been everything that we had wanted here in this first half. So
yes, he's not putting any pressure on that on either foot, really.
yeah, so Jorgensen being carried off the court as we speak right now. Give a shout out to Tia Boyer, who has been our trainer for a ton of years with Black Hills Monuments, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. She took a promotion.
I was going to say, yeah, I didn't think she was here
anymore. But she is back, making a guest appearance, kind of like the snow in the North Pole, making a guest appearance.
Started from the bottom, now she's here.
Yeah.
She's back here, okay.
So you can see Hill City trying to attack that. You never want to jump to make a pass. And it's a 10-second count. I don't know. Coach Notaboom, rightfully so, is irritated. Ooh. Yeah, I looked at the shot clock. It was down to 23 when they crossed half court. Just do the quick math. That was a 12-second possession there. And it's not a super aggressive press, Rich, but it's just enough to like make you throw it back and forth. The clock gets down to, 15, 20 seconds.
It's kind of like, when we talk about being physical with someone. Eventually it starts catching up on them and it gets in people's head.
So Peterson,
so they're going to go right back to Jorgensen here.
Pine Saucer on the way is no good. Sullivan cleans that one up. The Rangers look to run.
Boy.
Yeah, and I think that's the right call.
3 spots, right?
Yep. So Coach Harvey doesn't like it, but sometimes you get penalized for just being careless with the ball.
Well, let's not leave it up to the refs in that situation. Yeah, it's I'm not sure what Messick was doing there.
So here's that horn set again. Close looks to turn the corner. He does. Go Gadget arms, no good. Bueller, Johnny on the spot, gets the ball, leading the fast break. Back to his right. The bucket and the harm. 2 for Bueller.
And he's so good around the hoop. That's why I'd love to see him attacking the hoop more on there. It's just get those shots. You're not going to make them all, but make them guard you every time that way.
So Bueller gets the bucket, extends the game to a 3-point lead. That's 3 fouls now on Peterson for Hot Springs. And so Iverson will check in for Peterson. Bueller shot on the way is good, so make it 12 points now tonight for Devin. Devin impacts the game in a lot of different ways, Rich. I know, he can shoot the ball, but in Hot Springs or Red Cloud, he didn't shoot it particularly well, but he played great defense. New Underwood the other night, he had 12 or 13 assists, so he can impact the game in a lot of different ways. So
yeah, I mean, he's a true point guard in the fact that he can do so many different things to help his team. But now losing Eric out there is okay. We're going to have to be more aggressive.
They're trying to go right at Messick here with Kleinsasser. And Messick's going to draw the foul, even though he's given up about 8 inches on Kleinsasser.
That's fine. Just keep fighting down there. Understand that he's gonna be battling the entire time.
So Hot Springs has a baseline out of bounds play. Box set for the Bison. Kleinsasser just floats out. Third foul for Messick there.
And what's that do? I mean, literally, you're not going to beat him on a jump ball there.
So 3 fouls for Messick, and in the quarter here, that is 4 fouls for the Rangers. So the next one is the double bonus, right? Close with the dribble handoff. Janice underneath, waiting for the ball. Iverson. Probably the longest time all game that Hot Springs has possessed the ball here. Floater in the paint, no good. That's going to be a foul on Steckman. Now, here's one thing either team you don't want to see is You know, Hill City kind of looking at the ref,
Yep.
kind of playing. I don't want to say that they are, but you don't want to fall into the trap of being a victim. Like, oh,
Absolutely.
these calls are going against us. Just next best play attitude here. So that is a foul on Steckman. That's 3 for him. And so both Steckman and Messick have 3 fouls. Kerr with 3 points tonight, misses the first free throw. And the game has been physical, but the referees a lot of time will let you be physical if it's with the body, but once you start reaching and you slap at it, it's a pretty easy call for the referees. And they're going to wave
Line
that
violation.
one off. Mr. Whitcraft says, we crossed the line too early. So that is no good. Oh, I used to hate that. You know, you knock a free throw in, and you're like, I'm shooting for a percentage here.
I've already put it in the book, okay?
So Hill City throws a long skip pass to Sullivan. Steckman back up top, and
Right
Hot
there.
Springs has really, really shifted their defense. And Steckman hasn't had an open look here since his first 3 three-pointers. Messick, oh!
He's got 3 coming there.
And what Iverson's saying is that Messick maybe kicked his foot out just like his dad used to be playing City League basketball against us. And Iverson might have a point there, but regardless, there was contact. So Messick's going to go to the line to shoot 3. That's what Coach Nodaboom's talking to the referee. He says, hey, he threw his foot out.
No, I think he's just stretching down there.
Yeah. Messick's first one on the way is no good. So Messick misses his first one. Mr. Whitcraft blows a whistle and says, hey, we got a game to play. Get over here, because the referee was over talking to Coach Nodaboom. Second shot on the way is no good for Zahner. Just, Rich, great energy in the gym tonight. If you're at home watching this, there's just a vibe. And
you can feel it getting tighter and tighter
Yep.
here, too. Oh, man.
missed all 3 there. So
Got to get back on defense, too.
Iverson is a really good shooter, but he kicks it over to Kerr. Shot on the way, no good. Follow up by Kleinsasser, and it's good.
You know, Ian did a good job. He's so focused on boxing out. The ball was coming down right in front of him, right in front of it.
So you always attack an odd front defense with an even front. So you can see Bueller and Steckman up top attacking that thing. Shot on the way by Messick is no good. It's going to be I don't know what.
It was over the back of Janice.
So the Hot Springs fans think it's their ball. The Hill City fans think it's their ball. Coach Harvey's giving the referee the business. Coach Nodaboom's not happy. Oh, what do we have here? Timeout by Coach Harvey. So
we'll be singing songs about peace as we go into break here.
So I think that's a great timeout by Coach Harvey.
Oh, big time.
You can feel just the energy, and it's tight by both teams. And I think he said, let's just take a timeout and regroup a little bit. So good timeout there. You forget it's the referee's first game of the year too, right?
Give them a caveat on here.
Give them the benefit of the doubt. And if you think we have a hard job, I mean, we dress up like elves and we're in the North Pole.
Yeah.
They're getting yelled at by 800 people here.
I don't envy them. I don't want to be down there. Trust me, when I ref, I'm very quiet, as Minnie can attest.
So it'll be Hill City ball on a baseline out of bounds play here. We'll see what Coach Harvey draws up.
He generally gets pretty good out of bounds plays, especially coming out of timeout here.
So he goes a flat set here, 4 across. And it looks like Ian Jorgensen wants to post up. Ball was tipped by Janice and just makes a hustle play. Good block by Ian. Stays here though. You know, when I was coaching and a kid would get a shot blocked or something, I would say, hey, it's still our ball. Don't freak out. But it's such a momentum play, right? The crowd is going crazy, and certainly there's energy feeding off that. Janice says, I want the ball back, and I'm going to go get it bucket. So Janice.
All right, tie ball game. Here we go.
Alive. 15 now for Janice, and a turnover.
Hill City is they're being way too reckless against that trap.
Nice pass there by Iverson.
Better watch behind him.
Unguarded. And close gives a nice high ball fake. They're running everything through Janice right now, and I think that's a wise move, but Jorgensen blocks his shot. So 9 on the shot clock. Close goes to work, guarded by Bueller. Iverson. Kerr, 3 on the way, is no good. Kleinsasser gives the Bison the lead. 12th lead change of the game. We'll see how Hill City responds to this. Open 3 in the corner. Just rims out. And Zane got lucky. Yeah, that's 3 fouls for Zane. So approaching 1 minute left in the third quarter, and I don't want this game to end, Rich. It's been really good here through 3 quarters. Kerr takes a look. Kleinsasser
would deny him giving the ball up.
Coach Notaboom wants to go to work, putting Kleinsasser on the block here. Or excuse me, Janice. Saucer turns the corner. Tough shot, and it's all Bison right now as they're on a little run here. And another turnover. And another bucket. So Kleinsasser with another bucket. Shot clock, game clock synced up here. And it's been the Hot Springs defense that has turned the corner. And that's 2 in a row that have rimmed out for the Rangers.
Yeah. Well, they needed that one to stem the tide here a little bit.
Absolutely, and if you want to get going, you know, I'd always tell our players, if you want to get going, go rebound the ball or go set a screen. And Hill City really out of sync there. A little bit of panic setting in. Steckman does a good job. He shows his maturity. He goes, he crashes the offensive board, grabs a rebound, gets a put back. He needed that. He had not scored since the first quarter. And so he's now got 11 points and a chance to cut it to a 3-point game. And he does. So
well, and I'd say you're right with the crash in the boards. I don't feel like Hill City's been crashing the boards very hard at all tonight. But how would you go against that trap? To me, if you'd overload a guy here on the near side or whatever side the ball's on.
I think they're right. I just think you reverse the ball early, so you move that top close, make him run in space, and then you have what's called a diagonal over the top. So Kleinsasser, a little push off there, and oh no. Again, that's Hot Springs crashing the boards really well there. So Janice is just a monster, and that's going to be foul number 4 on Zane, which is a little bit unlucky. He did a good job early in the defensive set and then just didn't finish it by rebounding. So,
right, Jorgensen was right there, had a good stop on it, and then didn't follow the rebound.
Janice knocks it in. So 16 tonight for Mr. Janice. And the last 3 minutes of this quarter have been all Hot Springs Bison outside of the Steckman putback. But 5 on the clock, 4. Hill City needs another miracle at the buzzer as Zane Messick made a half quarter earlier in the game. Misses that one. So what a finish there.
Advantage Hot Springs, here we go.
All right, talk us through that quarter there.
Well, I mean, coming out in the third quarter, that's everything Hot Springs wants to do, right? They want to maintain most of the ball control on everything. They got good shots on there. They wreaked havoc on defense. I don't know why in this third quarter that has caused us so much more problems, but that really, I would say, is the change in the third quarter. We had so many just bad turnovers there. And I'll agree with you of doing diagonal passing on there, but I think our guys that are going down the court need to be making those cuts, and I don't think they are. They're sitting there waiting. They're sitting there waiting down there for, and they've got 3 guys guarding those 2 guys. They throw it up there, and kudos to the close kid and the other one up front. They're doing a really good job of just kind of baiting them into those passes.
Yeah, the top of the zone is so hard on that because he's got to guard the ball back and forth. He's doing a great job. Boy, Kleinsasser, 23 points through 3 quarters. Janice, 17 points through 3 quarters. So 40 of the 53 come from those 2 guys. They've really put the team on their back and said, join me. The Rangers, 3 guys in double figures with Steckman with 12 and Bueller with 12, Sullivan 10. Messick with 9.
Well,
so
we're gonna see here. We talked about it. Is the team making that jump on there? Are they gonna get your head down, start looking at the refs, or are they gonna get a little fight here?
Well, if you're just tuning in, it's been a fun game. Welcome to Coach Ginn's Court in Hill City. There's a little zoomy action by the Hot Springs Bison. They'll reverse it here, a little back pick, and then they get into their action. So it's been a really, really fun game. Hill City led at halftime by 2. Third quarter was a big quarter for the Bison.
Oh, he had him.
And Hill City responds here with their first defensive stop of the fourth quarter. Jorgensen doing work in the post. Shot is just off there by.
See right there. I mean, there's nobody crashing the boards at all.
What a run out by Peterson. Can't get it, but Janice hustles down the court. And, you know, we haven't been keeping track of rebounds, but he's clearly at 10. I mean, Janice is going to have a double-double for sure. And really, even more importantly, they just run their offense through him.
Oh yeah, they're definitely making a point to do that. And Ian's doing an all right job. He's in the right position on there, but he just hasn't played enough basketball to kind of see where that ball is going to go. And Janice clearly he is the opposite, has played a lot of basketball and knows how it's going to bounce.
That makes point number 18 tonight for Janice, and the lead gets stretched out to 6 points. And it's not saying it's danger zone, because there is a lot of time left in a game like this. But if you're Hill City, you better figure some things out. Try to counter what the Hot Springs Bison are doing here. So kind of a dangerous pass, gets into Messick. Close is face guarding Bueller. And Bueller, what a
just
finish.
Can't stress why we aren't trying to do that more often.
14 points for Bueller, and what an attack on the offensive end. A little give and go action. So we'll see. Open look for Close, top of the key. What a rebound there, and that's a game-winning play. I mean, that's a game-changing
championship.
play.
That's championship, not football. I was gonna say that basketball on there.
Great play by Kerr. Just goes up and gets that rebound, keeps the possession alive. So box set, kind of a screen the screener. That's the second time they've run that. It's just amazing that play works. Doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, everyone knows it's coming.
Steckman finishes around the rim with his left hand, and that gives Steckman 14 points. So the Rangers, kind of what you wanted to see.
Yeah.
Good ball fake there, and dribble drive, no good. Good box out by Messick on Janice, but nobody else cleaned up the boards. And finally Sullivan does. So Bueller going a little one-on-one here. Messick corner 3 is no good. And you know,
boy, I love to see that out of Jorgensen there.
2 players working hard. Hill City's Jorgensen goes and grabs the ball. So does
They called it jump ball, right?
Yep, Mr. Kerr for Hot Springs. So 2-point game. We talked about it at the break though, Rich. You know, what is Hill City made of? Very proud of them for battling back here. And elevator screen there for Bueller, nothing doing. Good defense by Close. He's really locked it up.
He also knows it's crunch time there for sure.
So here's Steckman by Klein-Saucer. Ian in the post, going at Janice. No good. Close coming back the other way. Peterson, top of the key, looks at Janice going to work. Tries to pro hop, loses the ball. It's going to be turned over to the Hill City Rangers. This will give time for Hot Springs to set up in that press, but they're not gonna. They're gonna go back into their 5D or their man D as they call it. So Rangers gonna run a set play here. 4 low. Sullivan, nice reverse pivot. Yeah, good reverse pivot there by Sullivan. Goes to his left, draws a foul. So he'll get 2 cracks at free throws here. It's going to be a foul on
Peterson?
No, Kerr. That's his second. And so here's where free throws become really important, Rich. Down the stretch, First one is up and good. In this half, the Rangers are 3 out of 6 at the charity stripe. 1 point game. Second one on the way is good. Shooter's touch. And we're tied up again, just like that.
Here comes Wilkinson for Messick here.
12 points now for Sullivan. So Mr. Close will bring the ball up the court, guarded by Devin Bueller. Set play here for the Bison.
Boy,
Peterson
good
shot
box
on the
out
way.
down there. That was 2 really good box outs by Sullivan and Jorgensen.
So Janice picks up a foul, just trying to pursue the ball. Again, those are aggressive fouls you can live with.
Here they come back and do it.
Those don't hurt you, but here's that 1-2. Well, it's actually a 1-3. So now's when you want to attack.
Yep.
You got the, if Sullivan on the weak side dives in there, then you get a layup. They did that one time, but.
Well, that's why I assumed they were going to get back to it. But.
So Hot Springs actually this time though stays in a zone on this end of the court. Sullivan corner 3 is going to be good.
Got it.
So Sullivan 5 points.
Oh, got to get back
quarter.
Here. Be careful there. Steckman's got 4 fouls, and he almost got the and one. Oh.
A fun little turn of events there. So it was a 5-point
Now they just got
game.
it technical.
All right, a lot of action here. Rich, unpack it for us, would you?
Oh, well, we talked about Jorgensen not playing a lot, and that was a classic one right there of letting his emotions get the best of him. You're up 3, you got all the momentum in the world. All you did, the guy's shooting a bucket here, you know.
So Denise misses the first one. Why don't you sit this one?
God, I can't stand that.
The adrenaline is going. Rich is fired up. The crowd is rocking here. Janice, generally a really good free throw shooter, missed the front end, or the first one, excuse me, missed both of them. So Janice.
Don't you count the ball too.
Goes 0 for 2 there, so it stays with a 3-point lead for the Rangers. Kleinsasser is going to go to the free throw line here. Really a good shooter. He misses the first. So if you're a Hot Springs fan, not the free throw shooting that you're wanting to see here.
Now Jorgensen fouled out.
You're hoping that you can knock one down, and he doesn't.
Wow.
And so Hot Springs will retain the ball though, so nothing hurt from that end. Ian Jorgensen does foul out, 5 fouls. Checking into the game is Brandon Ramirez, a senior. And you know, Brandon doesn't get a lot of playing time, Rich, but he's just a leader on the team that the guys look up to.
Yeah, I remember a couple games last year where he did just go in defense mode and did a good job with it.
And he'll be guarding Janice, so he's extremely undersized, but watch this matchup. He's going to get low, and he's going to get into his hip right here, and be a fun matchup to watch. Clearly advantage Janice, so Hill City's going to have to help. Great defense, that's one way you help.
Well, in that situation, don't you like to get in front of the post? I mean, when you're giving up that much size?
Shout out to Ray Rinksmeyer tuning in from Hot Springs. He says, good game. Ray's the wrestling coach down there. He's a Winter Warrior alum also, and Ray's done a wonderful job with the Hot Springs wrestling Bison. So Janice on the low block. That's where you got to send help early. No help comes. Janice, too easy for him. So it's a 1-point game. Janice now with 20 points. Sullivan in the corner, and then through the Rangers, be patient, get the shot that you want.
Yeah, remember what got you back in the game.
Good help by Janice on the defensive end, and that's the 3rd or 4th run out. Hot Springs is really trying to get out and run here. So Kleinsasser centers it to close, high screen rolls Janice. Bueller now taking his turn on Janice. This is what kills, is a dribble penetration because you can't help off of Janice, and Rangers maybe get lucky there, a little bit of contact. Wilkinson.
He almost looked like his legs just died on him on that one too. He's played a heck of a game. I'm sure he's getting gas.
So, Rich, we're gassed here watching
Right,
this
I can
game.
barely breathe.
But it's something we talked about at halftime, conditioning early in the season. This is a real thing. In a tight game like this, emotions are going. The better conditioned team is probably going to make less mistakes physically and mentally down the stretch here. There's that Horns look. Peterson, dribble drive, kicks out to Janice. Close, good baseline drive. Good find for Peterson.
All right, they take the lead here. What?
I kind of stopped keeping track, but that's
There's been a pile of them.
That's at 13 or 14 lead changes in this game, and man, great defense there.
It's fun when the game builds up to what people think it's going to be like. This has definitely been everything we thought it's going to be.
Yeah, so that last possession, good defense starts with a closeout. Hill City was a little overextended on their closeout. Close was able to dribble drive, and then Hill City had to help, and they didn't rotate on the backside. Easy layup for Peterson. Good job of Peterson, though, of reading the defense and sliding to the hoop for a layup.
Yeah, don't have to get fancy with it. Just move to the open area, basically.
Yeah, and if you're Hill City now, you're without both Jorgensens, who are your twin towers. Janice is in there. The last possession, Janice came over and helped Bueller when Bueller dribbled baseline. I almost think put Ramirez out on the perimeter, unclog the middle, space the floor, and that way Janice isn't there to help, and then you're one-on-one. I think Hill City's perimeter guys can go by Hot Springs.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do. It's fun, regardless. I don't care. I'm having a blast. I hope you're enjoying this. We have 150 viewers watching the game right now, so thank you for tuning in. We've got 2
minutes. Let's go.
And it should be a good finish here. So Steckman will inbound. It looks like Hot Springs is going to stay back and not do their three-quarter court trap. So Bueller brings the ball across half court, 28 on the shot clock. And they do pop Ramirez out. Tough shot there by Sullivan.
The old stick.
Wow, I haven't seen a shot like that in years. Since my junior year in high school playing against Littleton in the region championship.
Back to 1998.
99, LeBeau. Anyways, we're back to present here. Janice one-on-one in the post.
He's got to get in front of him down there.
And he's so good. He's so good, but he missed that shot. Really unfortunate for Janice to miss that.
It was a good move. He had him sealed good.
And if you're Hill City, you cannot just bank on getting lucky, right?
No.
That was total luck. A mishap by Hot Springs. You need to send help, and I'm with you. Front the post if you can, make them throw it over the top. Under 2 minutes to go, and we're in a battle here in Hill City at Coach Ginn's court. Game of the night right here. So Bueller going to work. You'd like to see Hill City maybe center the ball. Sullivan's really being aggressive. Oh. That's going to be 4 on Sullivan, I believe.
Yeah, I'm kind of the old school clock management. We never had a shot clock, but just 22 seconds left on there.
You bet. So that's going to be foul number 5 for the quarter. So it's 2 free throws.
Well, here we go.
From here on out. And we talked early in the game about how would the new rule impact the end of a game. And, well, we're going to get a case study on that as, let's see, Kerr goes to the line. This is the first. Boy, if you're a Hot Springs fan, you're saying we have not shot the ball well here in the second half, as they are just, they are 3 of 14 in the second half from the free throw line. And that one goes.
Tie game.
So we are tied back up with 1:40 to go. Bueller walks the ball up the court. Coach Harvey's going to call a timeout. Maybe not.
They've got this kid, Hansen has been playing right now. He's about 14. Must just be giving Janice a breather.
Coach Harvey gets a timeout here.
All right, Coach, what are you drawing up here?
Well, the last possession, I didn't have a problem with Sullivan getting that shot in the paint. that's a good shot by a good player. I don't have an issue with that at all. But if you watch college basketball at all, there's like a theory that if the ball gets reversed one time, it increases your chance of scoring by 50%. If it gets reversed 2 times, it's like 75%. And if you reverse the ball 3 times, you score almost every time. Last possession, they went down, the ball got stuck on the left side of the floor. The defense can get set.
Yeah.
It was really easy for the defense. If I'm the Hill City Rangers, now you only have 15 on the shot clock, but I want to move the ball back and forth to make the defense move a little bit.
Make them make decisions.
Yep, and then at that point you have the opportunity to go one-on-one and try to get a bucket there. So I expect that.
Ball going into Beeler's hand, you assume?
Yeah, I think maybe screen and roll with Devin here. Steckman's always a good option too. That's the thing, Hill City has
There's
some
4 or 5 guys out there that can make some buckets.
So 59-59, minute and a half to go here in a great Black Hills Conference and Region 8 matchup. Coach Notaboom, Coach Harvey going at it. Rangers versus Bison. Ooh, good defense there by Kerr. So the ball does go back to Bueller one-on-one.
Man, I'd go by there.
Good help by Hansen. Step back three's going to be short. So Peterson, he's made some big plays by rebounding the ball here for the Bison. 1:05 to go in the game. Horns look. Janice not in the game, just something to note here, Rich.
Yep.
They were probably subbing offense for defense. Kleinsasser's been so good tonight.
Great box out.
So 48 seconds, there's a 14-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here we go, Devin brings the ball across half court, guarded by Close. Steckman takes a look, back to Messick. Messick, quick drive, and he's gonna draw the foul now. Messick is just 1 out of 5 at the free throw line tonight. So we'll see, he gets 2 free throws here, 30 seconds left in the game. That's kind of a tough one, Rich, when you're looking at clock management. You almost want to go early to do the 2-for-1, where no matter what, you're going to get the ball back. So anyways, Messick misses the first one here. Still a tie game, 30 seconds to go. Hill City with 2 timeouts. They did get Janice
back in here.
Yep, Hill City 2 timeouts. And
there you go.
so Messick makes 1. They're going to sub. Interesting here. Nick Schrader, as Messick has 4 fouls. Nick, just a freshman, hopping into the game.
Heck of an athlete.
Going to come play defense. Yeah, good kid, smart kid. You're right, Janice back into the game. 1-point game, 60-59. Close will bring the ball up, guarded by Bueller. It's their 4-high set. I call it their zoomy, where they zoom across here. Janice to the rim. That's really easy, good set play.
We got 17 seconds here. Coach Notaboom calls the timeout.
Yeah, what a play there by Coach Notaboom. Janice, you know, he'd missed an easy one earlier in the game. He wasn't going to miss that one for sure. That gives Janice 22 points tonight. I've really had fun watching him play. He's a good player.
He's just savvy. You can see that easily. He just moves around there and gets open shots.
So Hot Springs up by 1, 15.8 here left in the game.
I guess this is how we drew it up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you're Hill City, I'm not too concerned about going early in the shot clock. You know, sometimes you want to wait and get the shot you want.
Yep.
You don't want to give Hot Springs a chance to get the ball back, but go early.
If you got a shot, get a shot.
Go early, that way you can foul and extend the game if you have
Now, I hate to say this, but we got five fouls and 4 fouls on here. So if there's a foul now, we're going to have somebody shooting to.
It's 2 free throws from here on out, no matter what. So you see what Coach Harvey draws up. Again, the unique thing about the Hill City team is they have several guys that can create their own shot. You know, it's not like they have to run a set play to get a shot. Anybody can go score. So crowd is just rocking here in the student section. Fun atmosphere.
They're going to double team Beeler
early in the night.
Oh, little chess over here. I
actually think if I'm Coach Harvey and they come out and they double team Bueller, clearly Bueller's your quarterback, your floor general. You want the ball in his hand. But you get Messick. an undeterred path to the hoop, that's a pretty good option too. So we'll see what they do. Love that move by Coach Noteboom though. Typically, I remember Larry Luchins used to do this all the time. Close game down the stretch, he would go after your point guard and take the ball out of your point guard's hand, because almost every play you run, you practice with
through
the
him.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you get out there and you're like, oh crap. Anybody else tried this?
So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Noteboom, he's a really good defensive, and that was one of the keys to the game, disguises on defense.
Yep.
And
You think he's not going to come out with the same look? You don't?
I don't think so.
I doubt it.
I don't know. You don't want to do that soft three-quarter court trap, but we'll see what they do.
It's worked pretty well for him.
So Hill City's going to put every player here in the front court. Janice at half court just to play safety. Kerr's going to be guarding the ball. Actually switches now. All right, Bueller's going to get ahead of steam going. Plenty of time, 13-12. Is that close?
Go right out. Just get a screen up there and go.
Uh-oh, timeout if you're the Rangers. Jump ball's going to go over to
Hot Springs, I think they got timeout.
Timeout is granted to Coach Harvey. So, yeah, that's a tough call. Again, I'm okay with Bueller going one-on-one, but I'd like to see the ball move side to side. That way,
again, move it around, but if all I'm doing is dribbling around on there, it's pretty easy for the defense to see what's coming.
so Hill City will retain the basketball, 3.8 seconds left. That killed a lot of time, but 4 seconds is enough time to get the shot that you want. It'd be interesting to see what Hot Springs does defensively. Sometimes you decide that you want to switch screens in this scenario. Do they switch or do they fight through? Also, the ball placement's interesting. It looks like they're going to give Hill City the ball on a baseline out of bounds. I thought maybe it'd be a sideline out of bounds. So Hot Springs will have out on the court here. They'll go with Kerr, Janice, Peterson, Close, and Kleinsasser. So the referees are now talking about where they want to place the basketball. That is a tough one. Yeah. But it looks like they're going to go baseline. Baseline. And Hill City is out of timeouts. It's something to note. Hot Springs and Coach Noteboom have 3 timeouts.
I'm drawing something up for Alex here, I think.
Yeah, expect maybe an elevator screen or something here for.
Oh, he got it.
No timeout for Hot Springs at the end.
What a game.
And Sullivan with the game winner, and the crowd goes wild. What a shot, what a shot.
Coach is telling me, just be cool.
And that
was a fun game.
That was a fun game. That was everything we had hoped it would be. 62-61, Hill City gets the victory here tonight.
Certainly not certainly going to be a fun second time they play. We can see that already.
Give us a recap on that play, Rich. What happened there?
Oh, they just had Alex come screen around and screen Everett's guy. Lofted it up to him. At first, I thought that ball wasn't going to be real catchable on there, but he got it. He knew he had 3 seconds, took his time, and got up a good shot on there.
Yeah, we bragged all night about Janice. I mean, we just talked about how patient he was. That was patience.
Yep.
I was saying, got to go. In my brain, I'm thinking, got to go. And he was patient. Shot went through. There was still 1.5 seconds so when it went through. My eyes immediately went to the bench. I thought maybe they'd try to call timeout, but they didn't. They just inbounded the ball and went there, I guess.
Yep.
So
good win. There's a lot to take good from both teams on there, I think. Hot Springs certainly without missing one of their best players on there. They're going to be a tough team going forward. But what we said, Hill City's got to show. And when they were down 6 points and all the momentum was on Hot Springs and we lost Jorgensen on there, I thought, well, this put up or shut up now, and they did.
Yeah, really too bad for Eric Jorgensen. If you were watching in the late third quarter, he went up to block a shot, came down kind of funny. We'll see. We saw he came out on crutches later on. So hoping it's nothing serious.
Hopefully it's
but
just precaution.
for Hot Springs, Kleinsasser led the way with 23 points, and Janice 22. Those are two good players.
Yeah, I take them any day on there. They're just get-it-done players. Now, I will say Kleinsasser, because he had 23 in the third quarter, didn't he?
He did not score in the fourth quarter.
But a lot of that was because Janice was getting a lot of work done during that time, too. But
Yeah, and the other thing is if you're a Hot Springs fan, you look back. In a one-possession game, you think back on every loose ball, every rebound, and they missed a lot of free throws.
Right.
They went 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. They went 4 of 14 at the free throw line in the second half. It's not going to get it done in a close game.
No, it's not.
You left points out there.
It doesn't take many. It takes one.
For the Rangers, really good balance. And Sullivan came alive in the fourth quarter, scored 9 of his 19 in the fourth quarter. None bigger than the shot at the buzzer to win the game, 62-61. Bueller with 14, Steckman with 14, Messick with 10, and then Eric Jorgensen with 5. So if you're Coach Harvey, you're happy.
That's
those 5 guys
pretty spread out.
really contributed. You'd like a little bit more from your bench, though.
Yep. Yeah, I thought they were going to use the bench a little bit more on there. They ended up having to a little bit, but
I lost track of lead changes. Had to be over 15 probably in that game.
well, yeah, we're at 10 at half.
What a great high school Class A basketball game. So much fun. I hope you enjoyed it. You have any graphics for us, Lando?
Oh, yeah. So our next boys game, we don't know who we're playing yet, but the boys will travel to Parkston on the 29th. That's going to be on, that's at the Parkston, what is that?
Parkston Classic in Parkston, South Dakota.
And that'll be live streamed on Parkston's website, Trojan Sports Live. And it's going to be real easy that weekend to get the live stream links confused because the next night they're over in my hometown of Hartford to take on the West Central Trojans on the 30th. And that'll be on Trojan Tech Media.
Who are you cheering for in that game?
Don't know.
Jordan chimes in on YouTube and says, what a finish, way to end the game. So good job for the Rangers on that tough shot at the end there. Here's a new graphic for us, shows the upcoming games this week.
That's next week.
Next week. So
Next
the
week.
Rangers are off for a full week.
Well, this Bronx, Bellefouche and Hot Springs, that'll be a fun game on the 22nd.
Yeah, and I believe that's at Hot Springs too, I believe.
Yeah, STM will take on Watertown. That'll be a fun one to watch. And Christian is also off for the entire week. So.
And Lee Deadwood has Kadoka on Monday. Then the following week, we get a couple days off due to Christmas. Get 4 days off here. But the following week, as you can see on the 29th, Red Cloud and Bell, Custer will go down to Chadron and play a couple Nebraska schools. We'll play at the Parkston Classic at West Central and Hartford. Hot Springs will have Spearfish. And then Rapid City Christian will have Campbell County, Wyoming.
Yep.
And then St. Thomas More, as Rich said, will play Watertown.
Well, as we close out the game here tonight, just heartbreaking loss for Hot Springs. I mean, they played good enough to win. They're a good team. They're going to win a lot of games this year. I still think that's a 16-17 win team. That's a really, really good team. They'll bounce back. Tough way to lose. My heart sinks for them. But at the same time, Hill City took that step that we were asking
they did,
them
absolutely.
to take that next step. They got down by as much as 6 points in the second half. They didn't hang their head. They battled back. What a fun basketball game. And I know it's annoying probably to everybody at home how many times we've said that, but it was everything we hoped it would be.
Yeah, we'll sign up for these every time.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Well, thank you to Landon Wiley and Wiley & Associates for these amazing graphics tonight. Partner, good first game
Well
of the
done.
year. And
Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, thank you for tuning in. Have a good night.